Right, so we're going to focus on this window right here. And in most of my videos, I don't really talk about the frames and the seals, or clean the frames and the seals, because I'm demonstrating squeegee techniques. These are squeegee techniques that are neglected and not taught on YouTube, because people don't work like I work. And the reason why they don't work like I work is because they can't work like I work. They're stuck in a way of working that will always make them work longer, harder, slower, and the results will always be less. So let's focus on this window here. Now I could address this window type of scenario to many YouTube window cleaners, but I'm not going to specify who, because it's never going to be in a positive light. And really, I don't really have anything positive to say about most window cleaners, because they all teach a way, and they all show a way of how to work longer, harder, slower, and give less results. So we're going to use a standard 12-inch squeegee, and this applies to many YouTube window cleaners that have taught this method. So let's just soap up this window. We're going to neglect everything on this window apart from the squeegee technique. Okay, so let's wet this rubber up, and we've got a saturated washer, and we're going to try and get, because people try and teach you ways to minimize your work, and all it does is make you work longer, harder, slower, and give you less results. It doesn't. Right, let's start from the scratch. I'm just going to clean this window as I would do with a standard technique that I would do with, let's say, a liquidator. And what I've got is detailing. Okay, now there are some window cleaners that teach you can be a bit more clever than that, and we can maybe cut in a bit more. You see this a lot on lots of window cleaning videos, and what you've done is you've made things awkward with your position of the squeegee to give yourself less results. So why try to be clever and work longer and more difficult when you're only going to get less results in the end of it? Very marginal advantages to trying to be clever with your squeegee, with anybody on YouTube. Okay, so just working again, normal, as I would do, putting the tool in the right place at the right time. We've got detailing. Let's try and be a bit more technical, like what these people teach. Cut in like this. Look at that. Detailing. Where have we got detailing? Oh, we've got a little smudge mark here. Detailing down here. Big smudge mark here. So trying to be clever with a squeegee technique to give you a little bit less detailing work afterwards, you're still working longer, harder, slower, and always forever and ever, amen, getting less results. So let's use the tool that most people can't use, because they are stuck in a way of working that won't allow them to get to a better level working with any squeegee, let alone the liquidator. So all I'm going to do is put my tool in the right place at the right time, get some wetness on there. All I've got to do is put it in the right place at the right time. Okay, I did work exactly how I would work with that first technique with the standard squeegee. And what do I have? I have zero detail and I have zero mistakes. So not only did I get better results, I work less hard and in less time. And there's still people that say this tool, that tool, this brand, that brand is better because I cannot get this tool to work. The end clips are too aggressive. I don't want to add soap to the water. I don't want to, all you want to do is complain because you cannot use this tool. And this what infuriates me as a window cleaner, because like a scratch record, I have to repeat and repeat and repeat. But the good thing is, you know, when you got the best part of the song, I'm like a broken record where it repeats on the best part of the song. So I only teach the best way of working with a squeegee. Sorbo, wagtail, unga. This guy, that guy cannot show you a quicker, better, more efficient, more effective way of working. Now, is that mind-boggling? For me, it's mind-boggling because I'm just a normal window cleaner, local window cleaner, that was so disappointed when I turned on YouTube for the very first time to look at people work and thinking, my God, these people are stuck working a certain way. It's like so infuriating to watch someone else work, because all I'm watching is mistake after mistake. It's so infuriating. I cannot sit down and watch another window cleaner work, because all I think is, well, I wouldn't do this and I wouldn't do that and I wouldn't use that tool and I wouldn't use one hand and I wouldn't use that soap solution. Everything they teach, every single time, all they teach is how to work as well as them. And unfortunately, as I say every single time when I make a video, all they can teach is to work longer, harder, slower, and get less results. So trying to be clever, trying to make themselves look like they're on a higher level than the viewer watching. Doesn't matter if it's a guy from the UK or a guy from Australia or a guy from Scotland or a guy from America. Anybody teaching you how to use a tool like this or any other tool that is not the liquidator, and they're going to teach you how to do a specific sort of cutting in move to reduce detailing, you've still got detailing. You've only minor took away the detailing, and what you've done is you've worked awkwardly. You haven't put the tool in the most positive place where you could to get the maximum spread, to get the window clean in the most amount of time. You've worked awkwardly. And not only that, that sort of dive bombing technique works better with certain windows compared to other windows. And when I'm using this tool, it doesn't matter if it's a new type of frame to work on or a rubber seal, a thin seal, a thick seal, an abrasive seal. I've got all the necessary needs to get my tool to work the best in every scenario imaginable. It might mean that I've got to slow down or be a bit more gentle at the edges in some circumstances, but that is being adaptive and evolving, which exactly 0 people on YouTube teach, because they don't work on a level where they can excel. All they can show you is to work longer, harder, slower, always get less results. And if they're going to try and be clever with their standard tools, they're not being clever, they're not being good, they're just showing you another awkward alternative way to work longer, harder, slower and get less results. So they get 0 points in my book, and I would always suggest, don't listen to a word, don't try to emulate anything these guys do, because all they will do is make you probably worse working than what you're working right now.